So in a culture that's fueled by dissatisfaction and by craving, to be able to say, for starters, I have enough. I have enough. I really don't need a faster computer. It's enough. Just to be able to say that. I don't need to take that trip. It's enough. I don't need a faster bike. It's enough. To be, however that works in your life, and will all be different, that simple movement towards satisfaction. So instead of feeling it's not good enough, I never have enough, I never have enough, to say it is enough is at least a little step towards beginning to say about our lives, I'm enough. I'm good enough. Now, most of us spend a lot of our lives with an accounting view of life. We add up the pluses, we add up the minuses, and somehow we never feel quite good enough. But to be able to say really simply, I don't have a perfect life, but it's good enough. It's good enough. That's the beginning of freedom. That's the beginning. That's when you can really begin to live. You're not living for something else, for something different. You're able to say, just as I am is good enough, is enough. And I see this all the time in the work for justice that we do. I mean, we can be so paralyzed by these feelings that we should be changing the world and doing this and doing more and doing better. And we get down on ourselves, we get down on others, instead of saying, look, we can do this. Not everything, but something. And that's good. And we don't have to be the big superstars. We can do good, just as we are. And I think that some of that comes from a fundamental act of faith in a realization about the miracle of our own lives. That you probably can think back, and I can think back to incidents in my own life where I would say, I could just as easily not have been born. My mom might never have met my dad. They might never have got married. Just like that. They could have missed the train. And when you get a sense of just with a hair's breadth how easy it would have been that somebody else might have been born, but not you. And at some point, each one of you, me, we have to come to the point of saying, this is the life that's been given to me. This life. And it's not perfect. We can spend a lot of time on what's wrong with our life, and there may be definite things. what's not perfect, and there may be definite things, but even with all of that, to say it's still amazing. I'm here as I am. I can do good, and I will do good. That's the beginning, that kind of gratitude, of deep satisfaction. It doesn't take away from the fact that there are problems in the world, in our lives, and in our families. But to say, with all of that, I've still been given this one great chance at life. This is my gift. That's the beginning of gratitude. I have enough, I am enough, I'm good enough. Now, to live with that and to grow in it, I think takes practice. And just tonight, I'll just make two simple suggestions. I think everything depends on how we wake up in the morning. I think that some people, the alarm goes off, you just roll over, or the alarm goes up, you get up, coffee, you go to class, you run, and you just run through the whole day. And in the process, you take everything for granted. You take it for granted that you wake up. You could have died, but you didn't. You take it for granted you wake up. You take it for granted you have a place to go, work to do, and you just... And the end of the day comes and it's just washed over. But to begin the day consciously, whatever this means for you, whatever way you pray, but to say, I awake. I have been given this day. I have been given this life. That's important, to consciously begin each day with a radical gratitude for what has been given.